I'm not sure how clear it is that I'm running out of space, but yeah, I'm running out of space. So today, we're gonna get his front suspension ready for this thing so we can get it out of here. If you're not even sure what it is that I'm pointing at because it's behind stuff, this is our 67 Camaro, Project Zombie Camaro. We've been cutting it apart for some time. And today, we are gonna take our new to us frame, get it dressed out with all the goodies, get it rebuilt, and toss it inside that car so we can wheel it out. Also, I should probably address the elephant in the room, which is, yep, I'm the same person. No beard though. Over here by another pile of crap is the old pile of crap. And we need to get this thing moved over there so that we can take off some of the stuff we are using. And this thing is being replaced because it's just rotten and bad. It's not good. So it's going away. I know that that stuff can be fixed, but it's rotten underneath frame rails and stuff also. So garbage. So time to get to work. Symmetry. The word of the day is symmetry. All right, I just hit all the surface rust areas or anything that's like bare metal on the frame with some rust reformer. I also painted all the cars in the driveway that are downwind, which is cool because I think I just ruined 12 cars with this. Now we're going to paint the bottom of the frame, so we only have to flip it once, and then we'll paint the top, do the same thing on the top of the frame. All right, we're all painted up and it looks awesome. It actually pains me to have this piece of garbage right here so close to our new stuff, but we do have to cannibalize. We have to Hannibal Lecter this stuff. So we're keeping the box, keeping the sway bar. We need the center link. We need the spindles and brake assemblies, steering arms. Other than that, everything else is going. We're not even keeping the control arms. And over here is our box of parts. It is inner and outer tie rods with the sleeves, some sway bar frame bushings. I think this is a pitman arm, idler arm, or vice versa. Sway bar end links. And then in here, under the 17 cans of paint, we actually have full control arm setup. And before anybody yells at the TV, I know it's a cop-out, we could rebuild that stuff over there, but I think these were like 179 bucks or something like that. It was like kind of a no-brainer. Maybe it was 279, I don't know, but they're nice. And they look strong, and they're better than when we got there, even if we rebuilt them. So, it's an upgrade, I think, that's worth it. Alright, if you watched the channel, or if you've seen it before, this is obviously the original frame out of our Zombie Camaro here. And we're kind of going in reverse here, like Benjamin Button, because we actually rebuilt these brakes in order to do it when we did the revival on this thing in the beginning. So we do have a lot of new brake parts here. We will probably tear into this stuff as we get closer to putting it together. But for now, we might just spray some black on it and call it a day. Yeah, so we have a lot of new brake parts, and actually this one is complete. I thought I salvaged some parts off of the front end of this thing in order to put it together, but new brake hose. We're going to swap all that stuff over. There's no reason to buy it twice. But basically our brakes are already rebuilt. So this is the first time we're touching the suspension really on this car, because of course when we revived it in the beginning, you know, we just tossed it right on the road as it is. Barely made sure that we had brakes, and it shows because this thing does not want to come apart. Here's what we're dealing with in here. There's a ball joint in there somewhere. You have to look for it, but it's in there. Literally everything is glued together with decades of neglect. Sway bar link comes out with a 9/16. Be really safe when you take out these coil springs. They're dangerous. Make sure you use a spring compressor. Wear eye protection. Warn your friends when you're doing something stupid. And use a 9/16. Okay. It's a weird way to treat something that you're keeping. Okay, and it's time for a small side quest. We have a antenna sticking out of our steering box, and that's because one of the bolts broke off. Turns out I shouldn't have hulked it off, but hey, you can count on me to break stuff. All right, well, steering box this has broken bolt, so whenever that happens, just use a 9/16. Put that right there. That's safe.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Huh?
What's wrong?
I need a hug. I need a hug from my silly chunk. My baby.
I love you, Dad.
All right, the frame is practically stripped of everything we need. There's a pile of garbage over here. There's a pile of garbage over there. And in our efforts here, an entire box of Captain Crunch came out of the bottom of this frame. Everything else is either trash or stuff that we don't need to swap over. Like, I'm going to hold on to these control arms, upper and lower. I'll rebuild them another time for another project. But for now, we'll leave them on there. We'll strip that stuff off, and just the frame is going to go to scrap. All right, we got our little koosh ball thing. It's a koosh cleaner, and I realize now that sounds a lot like another type of cleaner. But this is a G-rated channel, so we're not going to talk about it. Anyway, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to paint some of the old parts that we've got cleaned up. We spent a lot of time cleaning. Just realized now that these parts are courtesy of Mr. T and Southwest Airlines. All right, it's a brand new day. Let's get cracking. All right, so we got all new bolts. We're going to actually just start here. These bolts have to be pressed in, so I'm going to use 2 hammers and some brute force. All right, now this wasn't intended to be, but I think this video is going to be another installment of Is It Worth the Money? These are, where did I get these? Amazon? Yeah, these are from Amazon. They are tubular lower control arms for a first generation Camaro Firebird, and they are beefy. I mean, look at how big that is. They feel strong. I will say they're not like super light, so if you're looking for weight savings, maybe not. Although I don't know where the other control arms are. They're pretty heavy too. But I will say, as far as quality goes, they look to be welded nicely. It comes with a ball joint, all this stuff. I don't know. Let's see how they go together. But this seems like a very nice piece. All right, now I'm going to start throwing these together. Got our new bolts, and I will say, I think I paid, I don't forget if they were $179 or $189, but I got both lowers and both uppers. I'll show you the uppers when we get there, but for now, you can already see this is going to be a lay on the floor activity. It's a good thing I left all the parts right in my way. So the width on the front bushing here is a little bit wider than the frame is. I guess maybe the frame's like pinched in from being so tight over the 700 decades that this thing is old. So might be using a hammer to open this up. All right, lower control arms are in, not without a fight. Luckily we won, but we did have to move the mounting points a little bit for where the lower control arms bolt in. This is all 60-year-old stamped steel frame, whatever, I don't know, whatever it is. So it's normal. Upper control arms are going in now. These control arms have a really cool insert, which is a caster adjustment. So these holes here are drilled off center and they come out. This one's being a pain in the butt, but they come out and you can swap them around. And by swapping them around, it moves the control arm rearward or forward. And what that does is it basically affects the caster. Now, caster is the relationship between the upper ball joint and the lower ball joint. Now we're going to set this up with the most amount of caster to start, and then when the time comes that we get this thing aligned, then we know that we have this adjustment. All right, so you can see some meat here on our control arms, the bolts, and basically what that is to get your alignment right. You can set your caster and your camber up here. And basically what that does is the adjustment allows you to move the control arm in or out or pivot it. Now with this thing falling out, I'm not able to really show you, but I can move the whole control arm in like that, the whole thing out. I can move just the back forward. I can move the front backwards, and that gives us a camber change and a caster change. Now with this kit you get a whole bunch of other stuff. It did give me shims, which is really cool. I actually put just a handful of them on each bolt just so they're there when I'm ready. Still have plenty of room and engagement on my studs here, so that's good. Also, something I noticed and I want to show you guys is the bump stops change throughout the first generation Firebird and Camaro. I don't remember exactly what the differences are, you know, one's in the front, one's in the back, or whatever. But the cool thing is that this control arm, you can unscrew it, and you can put it over here. Now, the pad for us, for the bump stop on the frame is here. So I'm just going to switch it there, super easy. And then just switch the bolt over there. You can put the bump stop anywhere you want. That's a nice feature on these cheap control arms. All right, we got the one side together. Couldn't let you see it because we wanted to keep the G rating on the channel. This side, what I will tell you is we learned something from the other side that we knew on this side. I'll share it with you guys. I think it's related to, I think it's related to having the drum brake spindles and the backing plates, but you do have to shave away a little bit of the, like the tube that the lower control arm, the ball joint is set in. Otherwise you won't be able to get the backing plate kind of shoehorned in there. Anyway, it's in there now, so we can work on getting this back together, get our spring compressor back out of there, which is basically you got to break your fingers in 7 spots to get it out and take it apart in 14 pieces. So we'll work on that. All right, well, we just played the game of Operation, you know, the game where you pull out, you know, the water on the knee, whatever. We just did that with the sway bar. Now we're going to throw on some new bushings. We painted up our brackets, so they're brand new. And then we'll throw some end links on. All right, new day. We did finish up our sway bar. We had it flipped in the last shot, I think, so we flipped it the other way. It's correct now. There's an idler arm on there. We swapped out our pitman arm, which is on the box now. The box is going to go on the frame. And then we're going to start putting some steering in here.
As long as it doesn't get loose.
Okay, and it's tied.
Back it off half a turn, call it good. Also, could you just spray paint it in my mouth?
Where's your mouth? All right, we are only using part of our brain today, and we had this in the wrong position in the last clip, so now it's right. Use the outside holes, and the tie rod's go in the inside holes. I'm setting up our inner and outer tie rods with the adjusting sleeves. I don't know where the old ones are, which I would have used to match the length, but can't do that if you don't know where they are. So I am going to just set them up at a length with full thread engagement, and then we'll adjust it from there. All right, well, we got some takeoffs from our 66 Nova that we're going to throw on this frame for now. A lot of stuff that happens on the channel that you guys don't get to see, just work that I do that's not made into a video. We did switch the front wheels, is my point. We're not going to waste money on paint because we're going to have to replace these drums anyway, so we'll just throw them on like this for now. All right, our frame is ready to be rolled underneath the car, and cleanliness is next to godliness. Hold on.
Okay, who are you?
Appreciate if you brought my friend back. Holy mother of pearl, it's a color. Oh yeah, that's my cool. Wow, seeing this in the open makes me aggressively angry. All right, another big one for this car. It's on its own four wheels right now. Not happily, it looks like a Monster Jam truck in the back, and I'm very unhappy with that. But I'm very happy with this. And now we're set up, we can throw an engine in it, start wiring. We have to finish some stuff, but huge step forward. That's one more thing checked off the list of this car. It's 100% brand new at this point in the front, minus the steering box, and the center link is really the only thing we saved. So I'm very happy with this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like below. And as always, thank you guys for watching American Nostalgia Garage.